You guys, normally I like to talk about movies that I really enjoy, but today we have to talk about Nicolas Cage. What is going on? Is he under some crazy contract that he cannot get out of? Does he have some gambling debts that he needs to pay off? Did someone make him sign up for a contract of movies that he has no way to escape from? Because that's what it seems like. I don't know if you guys have seen Nicolas Cage movies in the last 10 years, but they are weird. I would say that each one is weirder than the next, but to be honest with you, each one is just weird. He did one movie where he did not have any speaking lines, and this was actually his creative decision. It's the one that's a lot like Five Nights at Freddy. I don't remember the name of it, but he's a security guard for this arcade thing and the animatronics come alive. He doesn't talk the entire movie. He's just downing these drinks. Now I have to say, Nicolas Cage is an incredible actor. Even though he's starring in these really bizarre movies that are just totally not my taste, I understand why they would pick Nicolas Cage for these movies. And maybe that's what it is. These people know in order to get anybody to watch their bizarre movies, they need to have a big name actor. And Nicolas Cage is the only one that will agree to these goofy movies. But there's one that I had to break the cycle of good movies that I enjoy to tell you guys about. And that is Mandy. This movie is so weird. I understand that the movie makers are artists and they like to use symbolism and all these other artistic things to make you feel certain things, to make the movie move along in a certain way and make the viewer feel what the actor is feeling, or maybe give you clues about what's coming up, and they use symbolism to do that. Think The Sixth Sense, where they had little bits of red when they wanted to clue you in about the fact that the main character is actually already dead. But this movie is all symbolism. It doesn't move the movie along in any way. There's no context to the symbolism that they use. It's very, very psychedelic in the colors that they use. Like truly psychedelic. It is all colors, a lot of colors in every scene, different colors in every scene. So it doesn't seem like one color means a certain thing. And there's all these bizarre scenes, like she's walking in the woods for a long period of time with random colors all over the place. Like, what is this? It doesn't seem to mean anything, to have any value, to have anything to move the movie along. It's just very, very weird. And they use close-up scenes of people's face when they're doing a monologue or something, and just really close up. And then they're switching between one face to the other, and why? So the basic premise of this movie is a guy's girlfriend gets killed by a religious cult. Now, the premise of this movie, the whole plot of this movie, isn't even moving in a direction of a conclusion until about 45 minutes into the movie. So it's literally just psychedelic colors, weird random scenes that don't seem to match up or line up with anything or move you along in the movie. It's so weird. And then once you get to these, it's still doing too much symbolism, too many colors. There's very few scenes that actually give you an idea of what's the point of the entire movie. There's maybe 6 scenes in the whole movie that tell you, okay, this is what this movie is about. The rest of it is just symbolism, just weirdness. It's very bizarre to me. Also, I want to point out that all of the movies that he has done in the last 10 years have very few speaking lines. Maybe that's a choice. He doesn't like to have to memorize all the dialogue, or maybe he can't memorize all the dialogue, or He just prefers to use his body. And I will say, there's a scene in that movie where he had gotten captured with his girlfriend by the cult, and they were mad at her because she had laughed at the cult leader instead of joining the cult. And so they tied them both up. He escapes from this, and he's in a bathroom, and the camera just rolls while he has a complete mental breakdown. He's incredible. There's no denying that Nicolas Cage is an incredible actor. He knows what he's doing. It's real. You really feel the emotion that he can give, and he doesn't have to say anything. He's just screaming, and it's guttural, and it's animalistic, and it's really good. And bonus, he's in tighty whities, which maybe 20 years ago that would have been nice, but now it's just hilarious. He definitely skips leg day every day. I don't know how he even sits down and sits back up. I mean, he's got no quadriceps at all, but I don't want to bash on him because he's great at what he does. He doesn't need to be some masculine bodybuilder guy. It's just how it is. I have to say, if you like weird movies that just give you an experience, that's what it is. They're just giving you an experience. It's not a normal, typical movie thing where there's a clear plot, a clear good guy, bad guy. They get it done. They have some scenes in there where they're fighting each other, and then the conclusion, right? This movie isn't like that. It is very much an experience. You don't need mushrooms if you're watching this movie. You don't need anything. You can just watch this and feel weird the way it is. But if I were a movie critic, this would be a thumbs down, or I would give it a 2 out of 10. Why 2? Well, for one, Nicolas Cage is an incredible actor. Like I've said multiple times, he's great. I can see why a studio still hires him, and possibly why he picks these movies. They're just totally different than the box office movies. Maybe he's tired of doing those ones. I don't know. Maybe he is very broke from gambling. I don't know. And he has to pick these weird movies. I don't know what it is, but he's fantastic. There's no denying that. So you get 1 point for that. Also, the fight scenes, they're pretty cool. I kind of tend to check out during fight scenes sometimes, when especially like a war movie. I tend to check out and not really pay attention that much after a few seconds. There's one movie that kept me in it the whole time, which was Tenet. That's a fantastic movie, and maybe I'll review that one. But this one, they were shorter, which is nice. Some movies just draw out the fight scenes so long, and it gets tedious. This one didn't do that, and there was lots of gore for the gore fans, you know. So that was cool. So I gotta give them 2 points for that out of 10. And I actually feel bad for saying negative things about this movie because my favorite family member, my cousin, recommended this movie. We actually watched it together. And I had just shared the movie Life with them. This was literally last week. I shared the movie Life with them, and they shared this movie with me. So I kind of feel bad that I'm literally making a bash movie about it. But I do see why some people would enjoy that artistic experience rather than that typical blockbuster movie experience. You know, I get it. It's not my cup of tea. It's not a movie that I would ever want to watch again. And in fact, I had heard many good things about the movie Pig that Nicolas Cage was in. And even my cousin had said Pig is really good as well. So I rented it at the library, of course. The library is my go-to. You get movies for free, and at my library, you get them for 3 weeks. So yay. Even movies that just came out. I love my library. So I rented it, and I watched it for about 17 minutes. And I had to turn it off. Because it's basically the same movie as Mandy. Now, maybe I should give it some more time, but I'm such a busy person. I don't want to waste my time on something I know I'm not going to like. I would rather spend my time doing something I enjoy, like reading books. And that is going to be something else that I'm going to add to this channel. I'm going to review books. One of my lovely fans had that idea. But anyways, Pig, as the movie suggests, is about a pig that gets kidnapped. It's a truffle finding pig, which I don't think they even use pigs to find truffles anymore. That's a mushroom. Because the pigs eat the mushrooms. By the time they find the pig that found the mushroom, they're gone. So it's not a great animal to use for finding those truffles. So I don't know. I didn't get very far in. I don't know what happened after the pig got kidnapped, but it was basically the same premise as Mandy, which is a guy loses something and I assume he's going to go get it back or go get revenge, right? It's the same movie. Not like all movies aren't technically the same, but when I find a movie that's very different, those are the ones that really stick out to me. Like Tenet was really good. I'm definitely going to review that one. Tenet was good. Midsummer is another one that I'm going to review. And a lot of guys, they might not like Midsummer. It's very feminine, empowering type of deal. But if you're not paying attention to that part, it's a good movie. Very, very good movie. But this one was too weird in a bad way. I like different movies. I like movies that are different from all the other blockbuster movies that you see, but this one was just too weird. But if you like weird, go watch any of Nicolas Cage movies from the last 10 years. And I definitely want to know, are you a fan of those odd, psychedelic, weird movies that he's been making for the last 10 years? I think it started with that one, I can't remember the name of it. Shoot, I should have researched this before I made this clip. But the first one I noticed where he was doing weird movies, he was like this plant guy, and he was making some powder out of the plant. It was a while ago. I keep wanting to say adaptation, but I thought that's not it. Anyways, I'll have to look it up and I'll pop it up on the screen or something. I should have researched that before I started this. And I'm curious, is it the same movie studio that he's working for? That would maybe answer my question, is he under some crazy contract that he can't get out of? I don't know. Maybe it's his movie studio and he loves these. Who knows? But let me know in the comments, do you like them? If you did, which one did you like? Maybe I'll give it a try. I've seen a few of them and they're just weird. The one that was like Five Nights at Freddy was the only one I could get through so far. I did watch Mandy all the way through because I was watching it with my cousin and I felt bad leaving, so I watched it. But I would not have gotten 5 minutes past in that movie had I not been sitting there. But anyways, I'll see you guys for next week's Movie Chat Monday. Bye!